Yo, what's going on? How is everybody doing? How is everybody doing? So, yeah, I got the AI machines up and going. Um, I got them pretty much all done last night, but today I made the change because I didn't know how quick I was going to get rented on Fluxcore. I got rented immediately, and I didn't have a meter on it, so I did temporarily have to go down for like a minute to get the meter on. But other than that, it didn't lose any it didn't lose its job or anything like that. It's still saying that it's rented. So that's kind of cool. Um, I'll answer a few questions here. We'll let some people pile in. I know it's during the workday. Um, I've been just going early in the morning, right? I start at like 6 now. I got single dad getting kids ready for school. So I've been going for a few hours already. So I figured I'd take a little break from my work day and see what everybody's doing here. Um, Iguana Bytes asks, do you have a general guideline for setting up AI machines? For example, if I have a 3060 with 12 gigs, how much system RAM and hard drive space would I dedicate to it? All right, like um, it also it also kind of depends on what cores you have as well. I don't know what type of CPU you're using, Iguana. Um, I for for inexpensive GPUs like a 3060, I like the Xeon platform myself. It's cheap and inexpensive. Um, but I would recommend, like, if you're trying to do like Salad or Vast or any of these platforms, the more system memory you have, the better, right? I kind of want to say that the sweet spot that I've found from my personal experience, right? Just me. Everybody else's experience may be different, but I think 64 gigs of RAM is worth it. I've noticed with my salad jobs, at least in particular, because they're containerized, that if you want the high paying containers, that you need to have the high system memory, right? And same thing with VAS. I've noticed that more memory tends to do better. Um, so I would say 64 gigs of RAM to me would be a good point. I do have some 128 gig RAM units with one GPU. Um, the only one that's ever utilized a lot of system memory is I did have one rig on Salad that used 90 gigs out of the 128 on a 4060 Ti 16 gig, and I was paying like it was like almost like $5 a day. Um, but I think 64 gigs per graphics card is where you should be at, and then you can get away with a 1 terabyte NVMe, right? You could definitely get away with it, and it'll work for a while, right? But I will say this, that I have used the 1 terabyte on my 3060 that was on VAS for a long time, right? When I first started on VAS, I had my 3060 and it had a 1 terabyte. Um, in that, I can't remember. I think that was just a regular SATA SSD, right? But what happened was is over time the SSD filled up, and I was constantly having to trim the old Docker images and things like that. To me, I feel like if you can get away with a 1 terabyte if you want to save a little bit of money, which is fine. But I think 2 terabytes is is better if you can spend the money to get a 2 terabyte per GPU. The getting into the AI marketplaces and workloads, it's much different than mining. It is, as far as system requirements per GPU, it's much more expensive. But to me, though, I feel like the the revenue is something that replicates what we made on Ethereum, right? Anthony Anthony Nichols says, I've been using Salad the last couple of months and I haven't been getting jobs lately. The ones I do get don't keep too long. So they did make an announcement in their Discord. I haven't been there in a really long time in their Discord. I was like, you know what, dude, I got a minute. Let me just go see. Sometimes I don't catch the announcements. But in Salad, there was a couple announcements. And a couple of them that are in particular that two of them, the last two you need to pay attention to. So the most recent one was 3 days ago. It says, and I think this person worded it wrong, but it's from Alec. It says, currently running some issues with our mining pools starting around 12 p.m. Pacific time. And that was 3 days ago. So I'm assuming that there's an issue somewhere, maybe with their servers right now, because dude, my jobs have fell off Salad. I have one rig that had a job, right? And that's it. Like my revenue on Salad has been down significantly since, I would say, around this time of the 19th of August. Somewhere around there, it's been not good for me. But before that post on the 15th, it does say they're currently looking for a few chefs that have multi-container compatible GPUs in one system. So they are looking to start actively testing for people who want to do multi-GPU rigs in Salad, right? So I threw out what's this guy's name again? Anna Gross. I sent him a DM and I said, hey, I got a bunch of 4060 Ti's that are in individual machines. I would like to combine them, right? And I want 2-card machines, you know? So I'm waiting to hear back from Anna Gross to see if I can get in that test. And then Daniel asks, or Donnell, right? Donnell, because he has a space here. Donnell asks, how large of a hard drive for Salad? I think, like I said before, you want at least a terabyte, preferably 2 terabytes. And this way you can go to any one of the platforms. I would say 2 terabyte is preferred and NVMe storage is preferred. Then look at Smash the Like Bros here. 4090, 7950X, 2 terabyte NVMe, 64 gig RAM. Whew. Boy, man, big money spender right there. But yeah, those are some good quality machines there, Smash the Like. Definitely good machines. So I guess we can get into it now. We got some people in here. Let me share my screen here, and we're gonna start off here. We're gonna start with Fluxcore, and I still have to make the guides for these, because making guides, clipping pictures, and some of the stuff that I found, you know, that worked for me. So this is my Fluxcore rig. Yeah, Anthony, yeah, I would definitely get more storage. Yeah, and I prefer NVMe over SSDs. I mean, NVMe storage right now is extremely cheap. There is sometimes, Anthony, the BCPC shop, he gets a bunch of NVMe's, 1-2 terabyte NVMe's, and he sells them for like super cheap, right? Also, hey, use promo code Jarrett and you get 5% off. A little self-show there. Smash Like says, KiiNG, do you value in single 4090 rigs versus multi? I don't know yet, because I don't have any multi-card rigs right now. But it's for multi-card rigs, if you're gonna do AI, it's gonna depend on the board, right? If you get like a super micro board, you might be able to sub like 2 4090s on there, right? But then you're gonna have to buy all the slim SAS connectors and all this other stuff, like, so it's gonna be, the overall cost per machine will be less, because you won't have to buy CPUs and RAM and a motherboard for each one, right? But there is an incurred cost, right, per card, but the average cost of getting the card on the rig is less, right? But that comes with its own challenges because if like slim slash cables die or you have problems, you have to troubleshoot the rig versus just having the card slotted in the rig, right? So there's pros and cons to each setup to having single card AI rigs, multi-card rigs. Um, I mean, as well as you could typically charge more for having like an 8-card 4090 rig versus a single card 4090 rig. Okay, so I've been on here for about a little over 2 days, and this thing got instantly rented. As you can see here, I just restarted this an hour and 3 minutes ago because I had to get that the meter on there, right? Those meters the guy sent me. Thank you very much, Toggled IQ. I appreciate the opportunity, man. It's actually he watches my channel and he reached out to me and wanted me to test out these meters for him. So I thought that was amazing. I appreciate the opportunity. Um, so crazy thing is I'm still being paid. You can see that the revenue and everything is still going up, but right now there's currently no load. Okay, so the first day I turned it on was before I finished the VAST and Chlor, right? The first day it was using the resources between 60 to like 85% load on the system and GPU, right? Now for the last 24 hours, it's had no load, right? But you can see here that I'm still in service and the revenue is continually going up, right? So this should be making about $6.24 a day, right, from Fluxcore. Now, Fluxcore does not have a fee, but the issue is you're going to be paid in Flux, right? So you're going to have to convert out, you're going to have to swap. So that itself is kind of going to be your fee, right? Whatever platform is going to be best for you to swap out, to swap out and reduce your cost, right? Of getting to something more liquid. As far as their guide for Fluxcore, it's pretty straightforward. There's a couple little things you need to do in the install, in Ubuntu that they don't really label. But other than that, the new installer that they do have is very easy in Linux, and I think anybody could do it. I don't think it's hard at all. So it's very easy. You can't manage this rig remote. Well, you have to be on the local network, so you'd have to VPN over to see this rig, whereas you wouldn't be able to manage this if I didn't have a VPN tunnel back home and like you were like, I don't know, like staying at a hotel, you couldn't manage this at all like this from here. So that is one caveat to Fluxcore. But other than that, though, it's super easy to use. It's been making money since I put it on the dang thing. Yeah, I have no complaints about Fluxcore right now. It's been working out very well. And I'll be doing an in-depth video. I'm probably gonna move down to one video a week. I can't do 3. I was gonna try and do 3 again, but I just don't have the time for it. I'm single dad, kids going to school, Tara, all this stuff going on. I could do 1 video a week. So I'm gonna record a video. I'll have a more detailed overview of some pros and cons getting on the platforms, and then hopefully over the weekend I'll get the Fluxcore Chlor. Salad really doesn't need a setup guide, but it's there's a couple of things there's like some tips and tricks that I might do for Salad, right? Because that's pretty straightforward. You don't need a guide for Salad. Let's see here. Let's go over to Vast. We're on Vast. They have this new view. I don't know what I think about it yet. I don't know. I guess I'm used to the old one. I don't know. I'm a dinosaur that way. I get used to something and it's hard for me to change. So, currently not picked up. Now, a question I did want to ask you guys is I wanted to ask you guys, do you think so currently right now, look, currently right now on Fluxcore, we're rented at 26 cents. Okay. Would you guys prefer the test that I drop the prices down on other platforms until it gets rented? Or should I put it at a 26-cent minimum because that's what Fluxcore is rented at, right? And then see how much rent time goes across for that amount, right? Because we want to. I don't know if you want me to drop it and see where it gets picked up at, and then have it to see if it's profitable, or are we just going to draw a steady line and say, hey, Fluxcore is making 26 cents. We're just going to make them all the same price, and we just want to see how often they're rented at that price, right? I'm curious to see what you guys think about that. As far as I know, no, but I do have UPnP turned on. I do know this though. In the installer, I did see a WireGuard package in there. So I'm curious if that's how they're getting people to be able to get access to this machine is with WireGuard. WireGuard's is probably like the best VPN protocol out there. I think it's very, very fast, very secure. Like for like is what I think. Okay, Anthony thinks that we should just make everybody 26 cents and just see how much rent time there is. Because I mean, this one's already making revenue. It's already established a price, right? We're at 26 cents here. Now, obviously, there's platforms like Salad here that I don't have control of the price, so we'll have to see what it ends up, you know what I mean, being rented for. It looks like it might be picking up a job right now. 130 megs down. It's probably downloading a job, yeah, because it's writing right now. So that'll be interesting to see what that one eventually comes out to. So I guess what we're going to do is we're going to put this at 26 cents, right? Update listing. There we go. And then this one, now Core. Now, as far as Linux guides, right? Because there's another platform that me and Vistang were recently on that I won't name, and their guide is poop. And the VAS guide that they have on their website, right, is confusing. It's stupid. I hate it. Core's guide, I followed their guide pretty much to a T, and it worked because they show you in the Ubuntu install how to set it up. They show you how to update the rig and what commands to do. And essentially, I just watched their little video and I just did each step and I just paused and played the video as I was going along, and it worked. I haven't had a single problem with it. So as far as a complete guide on somebody's platform, Core is so far the only one that works from installing Ubuntu to getting it turned on. This is the only one that works besides Salad, which is like a Windows installation. You know what I mean? But that's like dummy proof. So we're gonna have to figure out I got to do a calculation here because this is in BTC a day. What is 26 cents times 24 hours, right? That's $6.24. So now we need to do a BTC conversion, BTC to, yeah, see, this is going to be hard because BTC fluctuates. Six. Ooh, that's too much. 0.502. Okay, so I'm close. I was close. And then that's going to be dependent upon the price of Bitcoin. Um, but we're just going to leave it there because that's pretty close to what we're doing, right? 620. So if Bitcoin's up, then you make a little extra money, right? So this is my price for Bitcoin here. And by the way, these are all 4090 machines, right? These We Living Nice. I will be making one over this weekend, and I'll have a video drop Monday, which will have the guide for Flux. And I don't think I need to make one for Chlor. I didn't need. I didn't. Um, I don't think it's necessary. I mean, I followed their instructional video, and it worked perfectly fine for me. So, yeah, I was surprised. Most of these AI platforms, they usually expect a certain level of people understanding, right, Linux and having knowledge, and they'll just kind of tell you, like, oh, this has to be installed, but it doesn't tell you all the steps, right? Like all the dependencies and things like that. They expect you to have like a certain like level of knowledge of Linux, right? Where Chlor it went from the basic starting Ubuntu install to getting you all the way onto their platform. So I thought that was good on their part that they did that. So yeah, we got Chlor on here. So we're doing an apples to apples then, right? We're setting the bar at 26 cents. We're gonna see who's gonna get rented, who is, who's not, and just see how it goes. These are all 4090 rigs, so we'll see which ones get picked up. So far leading the pack for the day is going to be Fluxcore. And I think that's the thing that's going to surprise everybody the most is I think some people expected Fluxcore to not be leading the pack. Now it's going to be interesting though, over the course of a year, that this information is going to change, right? Because demand will shift, right, from platform to platform. Like, 1 month VAST might be better than the next month Flux might be better, right? As people shift around and get better deals, and it's cheaper over here or over there. So it'll be interesting. But man, I wish I wasn't doing this test, because I could throw all 4 of my 4090s on here and I would be making bank right now, because right now all these other ones are making doo-doo. This one's not rented. This one's not rented. See here, is this one getting a job? Oh, looks like we're getting a job. Looks like we're getting a job, folks. We getting a job. We getting a job. But if you guys got some questions, I'm gonna hang out for a little while. I was just kind of showing you guys that I did get them up, and tonight, this evening, because that's kind of when I put them online, was last night is when I got the last couple on. So tonight, I'm gonna make an Excel, and then I will record the power and the and what it's rented for at that current point in time, right? What's its profitability, or not profitability, but what's its revenue, right? What's the revenue on the on that particular what's the revenue it's generating? Actually, here, let me show you this. Let me show you guys this really quick. This So this is really cool. Okay. I was in my Unify for a minute. All right. So this is the actual online dashboard for Toggled IQ. Okay. So these are all the different identifying load controllers, right? And you can see how many amps I'm using, the voltage. Obviously at night, I mean, I don't know if most people know this or not, but usually at night your voltage rises because the load at night on the grid is usually less, right? So usually you'll see a voltage drop during the day because there's more people using power during the day, right? Because people are awake doing stuff. And then you'll see a voltage increase at night. But then see, like, you can see all the wattage, right? And you can see all the different colors, like what they're pulling, and it's just going to keep actively. Let me refresh this here. Let's get another. What's weird is though is like the only thing I don't like about this is these are little, and then if I click edit, I have to like drag this over here, right? And then it will like expand. I got to figure that part out. So I'm still learning the app, but see, so it's kind of nice. So you can actually see the power pull of each of the different, things that are being, right here. So I just thought that was really cool. I just thought it was awesome. But I mean, I went to bed at like 2 or 2:30 and woke up like at 6:30. So yeah, man. Come on, Panda. Hey, man, Panda. I'm gonna say this right now. Don't be a bitch. All right. All right. Get with the program, Panda. All right. Um, quick question: have a bunch of 6600s. Mustafa, answer to your question is the 6600s is going to be no. You cannot use the 6600s for AI. But if you have 12 gig 3060s, because I do know that they made some 8 gigs, don't use 8 gigs. That's poo. Okay, if they have 12 gig 3060s, it's definitely worth it, man. The 3060s generally on Vast and Salad, which is where I've rented 3060s, when they're rented, their revenue is about $1.80 to $2 a day. That's kind of where they're at right there. KiiNG machine. Come on, Panda. What are you doing, man? Panda, he has to get like 10, 12 hours. You know, he needs that beauty rest. You know what I mean? But yeah, this is really cool. I really like this app. And something else like you can do, right, is you could add another widget, right? And you can name it. You can make it a different chart, line chart, bar chart, whatever. Let's do bar. And then let's do average temperatures, humidity. Here we go. Energy, odometer for the month. And then we're going to do the AI right here. Here. Can I individualize it? I think that's going to give me the overall, not the individual one. Okay. I would probably have to make a widget maybe for each one. Maybe if I do like this and like this there, like, because that's the one I just put on though. Like, this one should have recordings, right? Where is the 5800? That's Oh, yeah. See, this one I just did last night. This one I just did last night. So yeah, I gotta mess with this a little bit more, but that's interesting. But there's all different types of charts. You can get all different things, power factors, and all that stuff. It's a really cool kind of a platform here. Um, oh, what are we looking at? Craig's making vision jokes. That was the Toggled IQ dashboard, their online dashboard. They also have a phone app though. Um, oh, Frank called me. That's okay. He's gonna be like, what the f? Why are you not working, slave? Think you're doing going live? Let's see if I can. I'll pull one of these energy. All right. So like, yeah, there you go. You guys can see that. I'll put it over here more. So you can see that this is one of them right here. It's reporting every 10 seconds. You can see the voltage, amperage, the total kilowatt hour since it's been on. So they have an app on the phone. They have the dashboard you can use. It's really cool. No, I don't use Threadrippers. For my individual machines, I just use Xeons. I bought these cheap Xeon workstations for like $40. I put like and then I bought like a 10 core Xeon, and then I put 64 gigs of RAM, and then I got a PCIe NVMe adapter because they don't come with NVMe. These are too old to where they don't have an M.2 on the motherboard, so I bought a PCIe adapter, and then I'll chuck a card in there. And then I use the Veteran Miner cables because he makes custom cables for the workstations. And yeah, I'll put them on. I like the workstations, man. They're cheap. I found them used though in when I lived in Arizona though. I haven't found any or bought any in Missouri. Yeah. So um but yeah, so far though it's been yeah, 7810, the 5810, um, those are great. You know, if you get them for a decent price, I would keep the cost very low. I would not pay much money, like maybe like max $75 a machine. And you can find CPUs really cheap. I'd get like a 10 or 14 core Xeon. They're like cheap. Um, um, the Xeon stuff, if you're doing for single cards, is great. The only problem is with the 7810s and 5810s, you're not going to be able to use 4090s. Even if you use Dave's cable and get the additional um, PCIe cables in there, right? From utilizing the other CPU plug off the breakout board, um, it's going to be restrictive by how much power is going through the breakout board, and because of the power pull of the 4090, it's going to trip the breakout board. You can use 3090s on there because I've done 3090s, but 4090s do not work. So just know that. What's up, all set? And we obviously have the the legend crypto Craig in the house. So let me ask you guys, which one do you guys think is actually going to win? Which one do you think is going to be the most profitable at the end of this test, right? Do you guys think that it's going to be Fluxcore, Vast, or Salad, or Chlor, right? Which one do you think is going to be here? Let me do a poll. Let me go, because I'm in StreamYard right now. Let me go over to YouTube here, and let me make a poll here. Let's make a poll. I'm curious to see what y'all think here. Let's see here. There we go. Let's see. I'm curious to see what people are doing. There we go. Polls up, people. Let's get your votes in here. I am extremely curious to see what everybody thinks. Yeah, I mean, tubers get the hashtag tubers get jobs. Oh my god. Automatic beats with the trolls. Well, I do not have that, Crypto Craig. Pizza rolls they're okay, Crypto Craig. They're all right. I like egg rolls though. Egg rolls with a little bit of soy sauce is fire. Are we factoring in the $10,000 video? What? There's a $10,000 video? What are you talking about, Retro Mike? Are you trying to say that they're paying me for advertisement? Is that what you're saying, Retro Mike? Because I definitely have not been paid. Hashtag. Today's video is brought to you by. I haven't decided that, Crypto Craig. That is interesting, right? Yeah, hey, eat shit, Panda. I haven't decided that. That's going to be interesting, right? With the price of Flux and everything like that. I mean, this might be a good way, though, if you're looking to, like, most people are like trying to mine Flux, right? This to me is going to make more Flux than mining. So if you're thinking about making Flux nodes, this might be a good avenue for you, right? Because you're going to get way more Flux doing the AI than mining it. Here's another good hashtag. Yeah. Here you go, Panda. Oh, Panda's on salad. He's lazy. Yeah, he's not doing Vast or anything like that. He would only do Vast if he gave me VPN access and I built his rigs for him. You know what I mean? That's the only way he'd get on Vast. Oh man. Now, I am testing with 4090s. So I guess I don't know. That's so you guys would have to test your own GPUs, right? You guys would have to conduct tests with like 3060s and like 3090s and 4060 Ti 16 gigabytes. Like you guys are going to have to do tests with all these other cards. I'm strictly testing 4090s. So if you don't have a 4090, I don't know if your results will be the same. Obviously, they could be different. Um, yeah, don't. Yeah, hey. Oh, oh, there's one more hashtag. That's insane, Bandy. You're nuts. Which is yeah, it's just crazy. But a nice thing too, though, is like when I'm on the app for this toggled IQ, right? You know, here you go. You got your quick actions right here, right? Oh, come on. You can see here, I could turn it on and off. I can just turn the plug. I could just power cycle that thing, no problem, right? Which could be good for mining rigs. Let's say you have a mining rig that has, auto on and it's like locked up or crashed. You could just cycle the plug anywhere you want. It's just real easy, real nice phone app. Panda, Panda took like 4 downs. Oh man. Let me see if that the salad one did it get a job. It was kind of booting up a little bit. Oh no. Uh-oh, I gotta show this. This is what happens on salads sometimes, okay? And this is awful. All right, here we go. It did get a job. 10 gigs of memory being used, right? We're making 10 cents on a 4090. That's bad. That is really bad. Let me see. This one is the okay, that's going to be not that one. That's going to be this. That's the living room one. That's this one. Yep. So it's this one. So energy reporting. Okay. So now let me put myself big on the screen again. Shop sharing. Okay. So I have two plugs being used, right? The other ones for this thing here, that doesn't matter. It's this top one here, right? So I mean, it's not using any power per se. Oh, the screen went dark. So it's not using any power. It's using like nothing, right? It's completely minuscule. It's not even, yeah. So it's just like moving data right now. Um, so dude, that is poo right there. I have gotten a few of those 10-cent jobs, and sometimes it shakes away. It'll kick it off, and then other times I've had to like pause it, restart it. But I'm not gonna pause and restart at any point during this test. They're on the platforms. They're doing their thing, and we're just gonna let them ride. All right. If that thing stays on 10 cents the whole time for 30 days, that's what we're going to record, right? Because we're trying to do a fair evaluation of I built the machine, it's on the platform, what's it going to do, right? Because people do experience this, right? I've experienced this, you know what I mean? And we're just doing a, apples to apples test here. No, it's just a memory container, I think, John. It's not using any of the GPU at all. It's like, yeah, it's nothing. So, which kind of sucks. You know what I mean? It is what it is though. Um, so Donnell, you can now look. So you can buy a Dell one, and there's a specific part number. I don't remember which one it is, but they do make one. You can Google it, but you can use any of those cheap Amazon PCIe to NVMe adapters that are like $5 or whatever. They work just as good. I have an official Dell one, and I have a few of the cheap ones, and there's no difference. They all work. It's all the same thing. You're just going to pay more for the Dell hardware. So it's the only nice thing is about the Dell though is it is enclosed and it has a fan, so it can actually like cool it off, right? Um, which is nice, but it's not necessary. I don't think. Um, so there's a so there's one or two slots that are PCIe Gen 3 at times 8, right? That's what you want to put the NVMe in to know. And then the PCIe 3.0 times 16 is what you're going to want to use for the GPU, right? Yeah, you guys are going to have to learn all about the PCIe slots and the lanes, and you guys got to learn how to build systems now, man. It's not just mining anymore. That's true, Retro Mike. I know that the 5810s and 7810s that use the V3 and V4 Xeons, though, they will boot because they support UFBI and stuff like that. So I know that those do work. Um, um, just Janelle, don't pay a lot of money for those things, man. They're really old, and don't buy them from eBay because those things are a rip off. It's gonna be like a few $100s, right, per machine. I paid $40 a machine, right? So I'm just saying, do not pay a lot of money for this stuff. Don't. Those people on eBay are like ripping you off so bad. They're making money. I found a local like um, guy that would sell them, and I just said, "Hey, I'll buy like 10." I spent like $400, and I bought like 10 or 12 of them. And I got them for like 40, $50 each. Goat City. I don't think the 4090s is going to lose as much value as you think, Goat City. Um, I think they're still going to be good. And I only have four of them, and they're all paid for. I need my BTC. Says I have a few rigs from mining off right now that I'm ready to go AI with processor, RAM, and NVMe storage. I am just lazy and don't feel like rebuilding them. Oh man, yeah, it does take a little bit of it takes time. You got to build the systems and go into your BIOS, enable some settings, and then you got to do some Linux and stuff like that. Or you could do Salad, which is Windows. Um, just depends what you want to do. But yeah, the AI stuff is definitely more involved, you know what I mean, than mining. A little bit. I think they both take time to build rigs for. Um, got them for $80 a unit. Oh, well, that's I would say that's still an okay price to know. I think that's a good price. So yeah, it's definitely not bad. Um, and the CPUs for those are really cheap, so you can upgrade to 10 or 14 cores for like I don't know, like 10 or like $15 if you look for a good deal on eBay. Um, You ever heard that saying? Like, okay, like people who are in the trades or like do something, right? Like electricians or plumbers or HVAC guys or anything like that. They can do like, the finished carpenter, right? He can do like the best work there is, but his house is going to look like shit, right? Because they don't want to do any of it. They do it for work and they don't want to do it when they get home. They're just like, I just can't do this. F that. uh, that's funny. That's funny. I mean, I do IT. I mean, I do IT for care all day, and there is sometimes I do. It does get to me some days. You know what I mean? I was like, "Ugh, I have to do more. I have to do more work. I'm like, I just don't have the energy, but I just push myself to do it. You know what I mean? Well, I appreciate that, Danelle. Appreciate it, man. Oh, that hurts. I need my BTC. Didn't know I wasn't subscribed. What? No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Okay, crypto takeover. Are you on Windows? Are you on the Windows installation or are you on the Linux installation? So to be totally transparent, is if you want AI jobs, you need to be on the Linux distribution, not Windows. Windows AI stuff is not supported on Fluxcore right now. Um, so yeah, just so you know that. Also, I was part of the early adopters as well. I don't know, is Flux open to the public like 100% or no? I don't remember. I'm me not sure. I need another coffee. Need another coffee, man. See, that's how you keep going. See, it's got to be. I'm like, that's my vice, man. I drink coffee. That's what you got to do. It's real rough in the morning. Gotta have my cup of coffee before I start doing anything. Oh man, IT is humbling. Most people wouldn't last 20 minutes in a networking closet. Yeah. Um, the the one thing I don't think I could ever do would be like IT help desk because I don't know if I think that really tests your patience every day. So I don't know if I could be. I don't know if I could. I can't do IT help desk. Like sometimes like Hawk asks me to like help him with stuff at the data center or whatever. I'm like just give me the username and password. Let me log in and just fix this. Okay. It's easier for me to do it than to sit here and describe it to you on the phone. You know what I mean? Like I'm kind of a hands-on learner. I like it's easier for me to do it, you know what I mean, than try to explain it to people. Help this is not IT. Well, I mean, good help desk people have the fundamental understanding of IT, though. Good ones, anyways. King Yusuf says, "Man, why are we talking about GPU mining, Yusuf? We're AI over here, okay? Just kidding." He says, "His GPU has business with Pyron ASICs. We're done." Uh, is it ASICs or is it FPGAs? Because usually there's a bit stream that comes first, right? Which is FPGAs, and then the ASICs follow. That's usually the cycle. Um, I know Retro Mike's in the IT world, and he says we have tier one and tier two help desks. We we staff our help desk with engineers too, right? Yeah, see, that's usually how it is. Usually, the level one help desk is going to ask you like basic questions and get the general troubleshooting process started. You know what I mean? Things like that. And then when it progresses, then you get to like level two, and then you get to like the engineers to like, you know, get the real deep down. It's a process, you know what I mean? My boss said I'm not allowed to talk to customers. Oh man, that's crazy. That is crazy. We have a VIP desktop support. Oh man. All right, guys. I appreciate you hanging out. It's been an hour. I was just kind of just showing you guys the AI stuff is live. I'll be doing the first recording of power and you know, and the revenue tonight on the Excel sheets. I will, when I do the video on Monday, I'll have the guides. I'll have a link for the Google Excel sheet that you guys will be able to actively see of how much power is being used, what the revenue is for that day, and all those things like that. All right. So appreciate everybody hanging out, and I'll catch you on the next one. Have a good day.